Wow, this is wild. Alright, so I'm going in blind here, but here we go. I'm gonna give Of Lies and Rain a shot on the PlayStation VR2. Very first thing I did, of course, was just go in and make sure that the vignette was turned off. I was about 5 seconds into the game, and I was already impressed and reminded of Uncharted 2 at this opening scene here. Wow, I'm already liking this. Whoa, look at those heights. The only thing I really know so far about this game is that it was created by a very tiny dev team of, I believe, only 5 people that worked their butts off to create this game for us. And I know what you're thinking. Everyone wants their AAA games, but it's the creative games like this that a big company is probably not going to approve of. And sometimes the greatest games are made by small teams, especially in VR. Alright, I just reached the checkpoint and it saves automatically, which is nice. Ooh, what's that? The hands look pretty cool and the touch sensitivity on them is pretty awesome. Graphics are pretty clear so far. It's pretty cool in the graphics section. You can actually adjust the exposure, the sharpness, the anti-aliasing options. You've got TAA. You can shut it off if you want. You can open up pretty much anything. You can push in the analog stick to duck down. Grab the wooden boards with both hands to remove them. Oh, this reminds me of Metro. I'll tell you this, it's a really good sign if within the first 10 minutes of the game you're reminded of, Uncharted 2 and Metro in VR. That's saying a lot for a team of only 5 people. I mean, this is actually already a lot better than I, for some reason, anticipated. I appreciate little details like this handwriting on the wall, and look at the shadow on the wall of my hand just coming off of these lights behind me. Now, don't worry, this is not a walkthrough, and I'm not going to spoil anything for you. I'm only going to show you a little bit of the game, but this is how I like to do my reviews. Single-player campaign adventures in VR can be some of the best. But give me a moment here. I just need to smoke a cigarette. I love that I'm getting vibes from like 3 different games. Oh wow, look at this. Let me just see what's going on in this room. So apparently part of the story is that I've lost a lot of memories of what has happened to me. And apparently every once in a while you can find these memories and you put them in your backpack. What the... Man, should I move? Oh goodness. If you can't figure out where to go, sometimes it's as simple as just looking for something to grab. I mean, check this out. You can pull this thing aside. And I guess we're going in, huh? Ooh, yeah. I love the 3D aspect of scenes like this when you're in a tight-knit area in VR. Whoa. I'm sorry, guy. Looks like you didn't have a good day.
What's this? It seems familiar, but...
Dude, check it out. It's a Kitachi Super Color CRT. I see the devs have a sense of humor as well. I don't know if I'll find them all, but I know I'm supposed to be looking for some of these GPU cubes. You know you're off to a good start when you haven't even gotten a weapon yet and you're already enjoying yourself in a game. But speaking of weapons, check out this really awesome place where you can come and upgrade, wow, and work on your pistol and your data form and your shotgun and your machine gun, and I don't even know what data world means yet. First of all, let's just appreciate the fact that my hands look really cool when we're inside this globe, and there's no reason why they had to do this other than make it awesome. These GPUs are how many I've collected so far. It's only been 3. That's kind of the money, I guess, the currency that you use to upgrade. Hey, teacher, leave them kids alone. Sound effects are excellent. You can even hear the pills shaking around in the bottle. One of the many things I love about VR, in fact, check this out, is you spend all this time doing stupid things that you would never do in a regular game because you're actually here. I just I just unlocked my first simple ability, which is to grab an item from across the room and pull it to you, and even that is awesome. Now, of course, there's some serious sci-fi elements involved in the story, so if you're into that, it's really going to add to your experience. Wow. I mean, how cool is it to be inside this data world and check out these weapons? It's like a futuristic bow and arrow of some sort. At first I thought it was going to be one of those games where you can't jump until I realized you have one of these devices and you can double jump. Hey look, I found another cube. I always check the physics and see if things are breakable, and a lot of it is. I'm very impressed with the climbing. And there's a great variety in the visual representation of each area. The detail on every item, including just useless items like this, very impressive. Oh, and don't worry, there's regular guns too. All you have to do is tap circle and you can grab your weapons. So the game's basically like a Hubris-style adventure with shooting and puzzles, a little bit of everything. I hope you like lasers. If you find ammo, you just grab it and throw it over your shoulder. It goes right in your backpack. I found a Sheryl Crow bar. Bad joke. You should probably take your time because there's hidden items everywhere. You have to look for them. If you're worried about your health, you just take a look at your hand. You can see that I have one red spot. You also never know what you might find inside sometimes. I love crawling through these tight spaces. Wow. Plus the cubes look beautiful, the way they glisten and reflect light. There are some basic puzzles, of course. You can feel the haptic feedback in your hands, and it's really cool, especially during parts like this. Hey, come on, guys, you're blocking the road. I'm trying to get to Taco Bell. It's on 9th Avenue. Whoa. That was close. Talk about widescreen monitors. At some point, I would expect you might get stuck. I actually got stuck for about a half hour, and I was really frustrated. But of course, I figured it out, and it was something really stupid, and it was my own fault. The audio so far is very atmospheric. I haven't really heard any music per se yet, but maybe later. Thankfully, there's more than one place to upgrade your weapons. I've actually got myself a shotgun already. I feel like you have to use the scope if you don't want to waste bullets. Even that, it's not easy. You don't want to forget to check drawers and things because there's items everywhere. These sections definitely take a little bit of getting used to. Some of these parts can get a little tricky. And it's strange to get used to the controls, but it works.
Sam, is the whole world like this?
Yes, as far as we know.
Now you will fall every once in a while and have to redo a section, but the save points are so often that it's not really a problem. Some pretty epic visuals here for an indie game. Believe it or not, this game is not short either. It's not a 3-hour game. It's supposedly 8 to 12 hours, and usually I take my time and end up taking a lot longer than other people, and that's okay.
Sam, I found the elevator.
The pacing so far is really good. I'm over 3 hours in at this point, and as you can see, I'm in yet another environment. I really like the resist style puzzles, if you catch my drift. Now, as you unlock things, in your left hand, if you hold down one of the buttons, you'll get to choose from the items that I currently have. Like, here's my grenade. If I use the other hand, that's how I can choose the weapons that I have so far. There's some pretty creative laser action here. I just added a laser sight to my gun, which is awesome. This server room reminds me of the Twilight Zone. I find it interesting that there's no beginner mode or story mode or hard mode. There was just one mode. Whee! This is a fun way to travel. Gotta love it. Although I don't like these parts of the game quite as much as the rest, it's not really that often, and it adds a nice contrast to the rest of the game. Plus you get to jump around and double jump and stuff like that, which you're not able to do in the other parts. One of my favorite things about VR is the sense of presence, and simple things like just peeking beyond the door frame and just being inside the game like this. You can't explain it to anybody until they're actually in VR. Whoa, this can't be good. I've died quite a few times at this point, so the challenge is definitely stepping up. Need some health. It's pretty cool when you actually get outside. Make sure you keep checking things, because I'm sure I've missed a whole bunch of these beautiful cubes. There is something oddly beautiful about these locations. I also appreciate how if you just aim your hand at an object, hold the button, you can pull it right to you. See if there's something good inside there. I like that you can kind of play room scale style, like right now I'm getting up off the floor. But I could also hit the analog button and duck down that way. For the most part, the climbing stuff feels pretty good. Every once in a while there's a little bit of a glitch and a little bit of jank, but it's very minimal. Whoa, what was that? Every once in a while, the textures will pop in when you get close to an area, kind of like this. But it's very rare. Okay, so right now I'm trying to get to this tower, I believe. Although you're not really going to get lost that often, there are some maze-like sections, which is pretty cool. Finally got myself a machine gun.
What?
Climb?
The whole damn skyscraper.
How do you like my terrible artwork? It's always nice to find a Bible in the game. I'm not gonna lie, this part's really frustrating me. That last part was so frustrating. I had to start a new day today and continue where I left off, and I finally got through it. Man, that was a challenge. You will get frustrated a few times with these sections, there's no doubt in my mind. Man, I love heights in VR, but my stomach jumped quite a few times from the heights. I mean, even Horizon Call of the Mountain didn't scare me this much with the heights. Sometimes you just gotta take it all in. I'm not going to tell you which part this is, but it took me about 15 tries to do this, and let me tell you, it was a bitch. I'd say the pacing's pretty good, because just as I was about to rage quit, here I am back exploring, taking a little breather. Well, I have to pee, but I'd rather pee outside than using this place. If you find these data discs, there's more to the story, but unfortunately you do have to read it, and I kind of wish that I didn't have to worry about it. There's so many crazy little touches, like if I kill one of the enemies, I can pick it up after I killed it. Well over 10 hours now, and I will admit, these sections that I didn't really love before, really starting to grow on me. I really wish there was a story mode or an easier mode. That's my only problem, because I really suck and I've died way too many times. And I wish I could just enjoy the story in the game. Maybe you'll find the game to be easy, but I'm finding it to be pretty hard. If you've been waiting for another Arcane Age or Hubris style, single player adventure, you cannot go wrong with this game. Totally digging the lighting in this place. This would be a great place to chill and watch some sports. As you could tell, I've not given away any of the story. I want you guys to be surprised and really enjoy the game for yourselves. I just added a holographic reticule to my machine gun, which is pretty cool. I really like this wavy effect of my hands as I get sucked into the vortex. That last part was crazy. So I finally made it to the very end. And of course, I left out all the cool parts. I didn't show you any of the cool stuff. You're going to have to see that for yourself. However, I feel like after 13 hours, I can finally give it my rating. And you bet this game's getting a 9. Well worth your time, folks. That was unexpectedly great. And let me tell you, I was going to buy this game, of course, anyway. But the devs were kind enough to give me a code so I could review it ahead of time, even though I'm really a nobody right now. So I really appreciate it. And again, my opinion is 100% my own.